Yeah, you did allow me to record.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Take two. Um, I'm Pigpen,
And I'm Dookie.
and we have a lot of comments about sorrow about to fall.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
And we're going to start with Jib Khan and another one I really like. To me, the subject matter was always crystal clear. It was the mid 80s, it was Reagan's America. There was a real awareness and fear of a nuclear incident between the two superpowers. This was about that possible strike. Some survivors have gone into their bunkers, others have gone elsewhere for safety. There's a silence in the city. There's nobody around, and everyone that we knew moved to higher ground. A new sound in the wires is what they picked up, is that they've picked up a new signal through the static of their bunker transmitter. Someone else is out there and alive. Season started falling with the rain, is nuclear fallout and its effect on the environment. The title is literal, Sorrow About to Fall. It's almost still relevant today. Whether it's hidden in the musically complex power of Kiyama, the military march underpinning and yearning melody of Time After Time, or behind the slick, cold electro groove of Sorrow About to Fall, Jeff can hide a dark edge. Things he would feign ignorance about publicly, the futility of war and the horrible aftermath. Yeah, we just had an EBX 2000 air conditioner installed in the studio, so I recorded it from a distance. It's in the intro a bit, is what Jeff is likely to say on the matter. Clever fellow.
Yeah, that is that is pretty much what Jeff would say. Pam Van Allen replied to Jib, "That's what I thought the song was about when I heard it in the 80s." Um, it never occurred to me that it could be about nuclear holocaust and war. Um, really, I guess I didn't pay enough attention to the lyrics. I just thought it was about heartbreak. Oh, she left me, or we broke up, something like that. The standard issue stuff when there's a sorrow about to fall, a relationship about to end. That's what I thought. Um, Never saw it the Jib and Pam's way. Interesting take. I like it. Well, I like the other viewpoints of the song. I'm not a big fan of nuclear holocaust.
I could take it or leave it.
Well, I think you're going to have to take it, and if it happens, and there's nothing you can do about it, should it happen.
Mark Jellis says, this goes to show how little I took notice of lyrics back in the day. Jib Khan's comments perfectly illustrate the meaning of the song, something which went over my head probably because I was still a sulky teen when this came out. I wonder if Jeff was extending his thought process from the rain is falling. Though in this case, it could be black rain, of course. So Jeff saying he had no idea what the song was about is probably Jeff being his usual modest and unassuming self. He knew exactly what he was doing lyrically, and it works. I now have a I now have a new respect for this song, which thanks to you guys, I otherwise never would have had. Thank you.
I'll have to give it a listen. I'll have to give it a listen again and try and hear it through their ears, because again, never never thought of that. Mike Hudson, I for one don't care for the sax in the song. I also didn't like it on Getting to the Point. With few exceptions, and very few at that, I simply don't like the sound of a saxophone. In this song, it reminds me of George Michael's Careless Whisper for some reason. Yeah, I can see it. Not a Wham fan. I prefer the string synth that replaces the sax in the choruses on the alternate version. I'd rather had a guitar solo in the place of the sax solo. As for the song itself, it's okay. Not my favorite on the album by a long shot, but certainly not the worst. I think it's safe to say most of the drums are a drum machine. Sounds like Bev probably overdubbed real cymbals, though. Like Jeff, I have no idea what this song is about. But that's not always a bad thing. I can't make the words ambiguity. That still doesn't sound right.
Ambiguity.
Thank you. Can be fun too.
I never thought we were going to have any anti-sax Puritans here.
Well,
I thought most of E.L.O.'s fans might be sax positive, but
well, I am descended from Mayflower Pilgrims, so maybe that's where I come up with my anti-sax Puritanism of yeah,
true.
yeah.
But Radiator 85 says certainly different to E.L.O. before. It does sound like Showdown.
Corey Gomel. To me, the subject matter was also crystal clear. ELO was changing and or ending. The sorrow was Jeff about to turn the light off. A new sound in the wires was the balance of power sound versus the classic ELO string sound. Everything that once was ours has slowly turned around. Jeff is saying that this was once about integrating an orchestra sound with rock and roll band. In Balance of Power, the string section is gone, and we've replaced our sound with sequencers and computers and a sax. And the big underlying theme? Jeff is okay with all of this new sound. Or rather, just tired of the old sound. Tired of the bother of how long it takes to create the old sound. And youth, that's gone too. Jeff is sensing that ELO's time in the sun is ending. We peaked, and we are sliding down the other side. We used to be the current hip cool band. Now the kids have moved on from us. Message on the corner, the future had its cool band. Now the kids have moved on from us. No, I just read that. Message on the corner, the future's had its day. ELO had its day in the sun. It doesn't matter where we go, but we should get away. Jeff stating that he will make this LP, then step aside. Lyrics from Alt version of Sorrow. Look at the budget for ELO album covers alone. From Out of the Blue to this Balance of Power cover. It was clear even to the record company ELO was going out of business. ELO used to be a big band that was also their thing. He put quotes around thing. Look at old photos. Heck, a lot of people. And now Jeff laments there's people in the photograph, but they all had to run. And we are down to a three-piece band like the Police or Genesis. As much as I like, I I think I cut him off. I don't think I think I don't think I copied and pasted the rest of his damn. I'm sorry, Corey. As much as I like, we'll put the period there.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the comparison to Genesis at this point would be a lot more appropriate.
Yeah.
Police were always a three-person band being creative. Genesis was kind of what was left over.
By 86, yeah.
Yeah, by 86, because Tony Banks wrote a lot of the best lyrics for Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even when Peter Gabriel was with them. I mean, Peter Gabriel wrote almost all of Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, but before that, Tony Banks wrote most of the best songs for them. And yeah, by then it was kind of like, let Phil do all the work.
Yeah, it's Phil Collins' band. You guys do your thing too, but I'm going to take
Yeah,
care of everything else. Yeah.
yeah. It was really hard to tell Phil Collins albums from Genesis albums. And I think at this point, it's really hard to tell whether or not it's a Jeff Lynne solo album or an E.L.O. album. So,
Um, I mean, I can see that with some Genesis songs, definitely with the ballads, but I can't really see Phil Collins on his own doing something like Land of Confusion. That seems a
that's true.
little, I don't know, too hard, too arty, I guess. Too much of an in your face taking a stand against, against the, war and all that kind of stuff. Then sweet little Phil Collins would do all on his own. So, um, so yeah, I can see the difference between Phil and Genesis. Um, I don't know. I think that's all I got on that. I thought there was more, but then my head was like, no, I think that's pretty much it. You should just stop talking now and let Eric read Trevor's comment.
Yeah. Another balance, Trevor Raggett says, another balance of power tune that's fine and pretty much nothing more. File under pleasant enough. I do get the Showdown comparison though, but just in the funky movement of the bass line. They're by no means the same, but there is a feel about them. Otherwise, nope. Oh, but if only it had been Kelly or even Mike Albuquerque playing the bass line, probably it would have probably been so much more funky. And on the alternative and on the alternate version, that's definitely a synth sax, which underlines the it's really a demo idea. Something that Jeff added on the synth to guide Christian Schneider when he came in to do a session. The tone really reminds me of the horn break on Wax's A Bridge to Your Heart. Fab tune.
Wow, Wax. I forgot about Wax. Of course, I only knew one song from them. Was it Right Between the Eyes? It was the single that came out in '86, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! I love it." I bought the single, and then apparently I was the only one who bought it, at least in America, anyway. I haven't. Now I gotta find that single now and listen to it. God, it's been so long. Um, yeah, yeah. I really miss Kelly Grocott on this whole album. Yeah, he would have he he brought a lot to E.L.O. and he was pretty freaking good. And now he's gone because some lawyer put a bug in his ear and kind of really screwed things up for him and I would say the band. So Taz Barkley. Hi guys. Once again another good show. Once again another great thought from Troy. Oh good, Troy has some fans. They need to speak up more. I love this album. I love all the songs on this album. Maybe I am one of the odd few, but this album just speaks to me on a different level altogether. I do a lot of walking, and this is one of my walking albums. LOL. I 100% agree with you, EPJ, that'd be me, Pigpen, that the song is the breakup of Jeff from E.L.O. I think he at the time would have said what he said because there would have been a lot of media backlash and perhaps unwanted attention that he felt should just be kept private between himself, Bev, and Richard. Sometimes silence speaks 1,000 words, and as we know, Jeff is a private person anyway. But I think the lyrics say it themselves, and so it is a sadness because you can hear what's happening. But that's just my opinion. I know I have a lot of them. Maybe I need to come on after Troy with a thought from Taz. Maybe. Maybe we can work that into the expanded episodes. Joking. Ha ha. Looking forward to next week. I love that song Without Someone, but I'll leave it there at the moment. Speak to you later. P.S. I love the Moody Blues. And yes, definitely has a similar sound on this song. Okay.
Yeah, well, one of my favorite walking albums is 101 German Marches, which is why I've been asked not to walk through the parks in Tempe anymore.
Yeah, I think I understand why. It's not a lot of Falco and Scorpions, is it?
No.
Mm. The Scorpions do many marches?
No, but with their lyrics, I'm sure they would spark off a number of them these days if they were still trying to actually do any new music.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be out right outside the concert hall, or in their case, it might even be the 500 seat bar.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all. I think that's
Falco doesn't do much anymore.
No, he's been laying low for quite a few years now. So
Yes.
yeah, I think I believe he's retired now. So
Yes, so he's retired, very, very retired.
very retired.
So, I think that's it for the day.
Yeah, that's my Falco impression. Yes, I believe we're done for the week, and yeah, me and Dookie will be back next week.
Yep, time to dump the dookie and wait, no.
Clean up the pig pen or something.
Clean up the pig pen.
Yeah. All right. I think we've wasted enough people's time.